In a distant village, there once lived a woman named Neka. Once prosperous, she had lost everything after her husband's mysterious death. People whispered that misfortune clung to her like a shadow. Alone and desperate, Neka wandered the streets, begging for scraps. Her once bright eyes dimmed with hunger and despair. But one day, she packed her few belongings and left her village, hoping to find a new beginning in a faraway town. Neka arrived in the bustling town of Ik. Determined to start afresh, she gathered what little she had and opened a small restaurant. At first, customers trickled in, drawn by the sweet aroma of her dishes. Her soups were rich, her stews thick, but there was something different. No one noticed that Neka never ate her own food. She only smiled as her customers devoured every bite. Madame Neka's food was unlike anything anyone had ever tasted. People came from far and wide to eat at her restaurant. The once empty shack overflowed with customers. Other food vendors watched in disbelief as their businesses crumbled while Madame Neka thrived. But still, she never ate. And no one questioned it, no one, except her young salesgirl, Amoka. Amoka had noticed the strange habits of her mistress. Every morning, Neka would lock herself in the kitchen alone, muttering under her breath. One night, curiosity got the better of Amoka. She crept out of her room and peeked through the kitchen window. What she saw made her blood run cold. Madame Neka stood before the pot, chanting, and sprinkling a dark powder into the bubbling stew. Shadows danced along the walls, twisting and writhing as if alive. The next morning, Amoka watched carefully. When Madame Neka wasn't looking, she took a small bowl of stew and fed it to a stray dog. The poor creature convulsed and collapsed, its eyes rolling back into its head. Amoka's heart raced. She had to tell someone. The villagers gathered, and with the chief leading the way, they stormed into Madame Neka's restaurant. There, hidden beneath the floorboards, they found charms, bones, and dark powders, proof of the dark magic that had lured them in. Madame Neka was dragged before the village chief. Trembling, she confessed. The dark spirit she had bargained with promised her wealth and success, but at a terrible price. The villagers cast her out, and her once thriving restaurant was abandoned, left to crumble into ruin. As for Amoka, she became a hero, her bravery saving the town from Madame Hotpot's dark enchantments.